Hey guys, welcome to the 11th ever edition of WWMS, our live school morning announcements every Friday here on the Fairfield Woods YouTube channel. Today is going to be an amazing morning announcement show as we will cover some movie news and gaming news, some sports news with the NFL making groundbreaking schedule changes once again, and of course our history lesson of May 12th, which will include interviews about International Nurses Day and Teacher Appreciation Week. But let's start off, as always, with our joke of the week. How does a cucumber become a pickle? It goes through a jarring experience. Hope you guys got some enjoyment out of that on a wonderful Friday morning. There are a ton of things that are going on this week and today, and one of them is International Nurses Day. We were given the great opportunity to interview our school nurse, Miss O'Callahan, about everything that has to do with being a nurse. Here it is. Hey everybody, I am Chase Coburn here for Fairfield Woods Middle School, and I am joined by a very special guest, our Fairfield Woods Middle School nurse, Miss O'Callahan, to talk about her experience as a nurse for International Nurses Day. Miss O'Callahan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So I do have a few questions for you. And to start off, when did you kind of realize you wanted to become a nurse, and what kind of school did you go to, and a ton of high school classes and stuff to be able to become a nurse?
Well, I always knew I was going to want to be in a profession that helped people, for sure. My mom was a nurse, actually, and I always was very proud of the work that she did. And I think that probably led me down the path to becoming a nurse. There weren't any particular classes in high school that I took, but I did go to college. You need a college degree. And then I had to sit for board certification. So that I could pass my nursing boards.
All right. So my second question to you is, what would you say, now that you are a nurse, what would you say are the pros and cons of being a nurse?
Well, definitely that's a very rewarding career, personal rewarding career. And, when you are helping people that are in a time that's usually very challenging for them, it's nice to be able to do that. Also, you can choose a lot of different directions for your career path. So I've been a nurse in a lot of different settings: intensive care, surgical center, all different kinds of places, and now school nursing. So, each place requires a different skill set. And if you don't like what you're doing, or it's not really your passion, you can always transition into another area, and it's almost totally different.
Adding on to what you said, what do you think is kind of the biggest skill? If someone wanted to become a nurse when they're listening to this, what would you say would be the biggest skill that you need to be a nurse, and whether it's in school, ICU, whatever it is?
I would say compassion for others. You have to be prepared to work hard. You have to think on your feet. As I pause, Think on your feet, be kind, be calm in an emergency. All those kinds of skills are helpful.
All right, happy International Nurses Day, Mr. Callahan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And since it is also Teacher Appreciation Week, I got to sit down with one of my favorite teachers before calling it quits, the 6th grade science teacher, Mr. Carbone. Here it is. Hey guys, I am Chase Coburn here for Fairfield Woods Middle School, and I am joined by one of my favorite teachers of all time, the 6th grade science teacher, Mr. Carbone. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Chase. That was very nice of you. And it's an honor to be here to be interviewed by you. It really is.
I'm glad it is. So, of course, we have a few questions for you, obviously, or for those who do not know, Mr. Carbone is what I like to say, hanging up the pencil. He is calling it quits this year after 34 years of teaching. So I guess my first question to you is, what have been some of your favorite memories about teaching science through these 34 years?
Well, first of all, I didn't start with just science. I started at North Fairfield School, and I started 4th grade, and I taught there for 15 years. And when you teach 4th grade, you teach all the subjects. And I absolutely love teaching every one of them: writing, reading, math, science. Science was always kind of special because there were different conferences that I went to, and I just kept learning a lot of different things. And it just so happened to be one of the paths I took.
Yes. So as being a science teacher, you have won a few awards because of how great of a science teacher you are. You won the Presidential Award for Math and Science in 2002, and you won the Barrick Goldstrike Exemplary Earth and Science Award in 2001. So talk about what it meant to win those awards and how much hard work you put in to be able to get them.
Well, it was a time of my life where I was really doing some really fun things with my students, taking them to New Jersey to an underground mine, taking them to New York State, where we got fossils, and then also taking them to Old Mine Park in Trumbull. And a lot of people don't realize what a real gem Old Mine Park is. It has a great history dating back to the 1700s when the Native Americans first mined there, and they brought the colonists in, and then they brought in Yale, and Germany came in. I mean, a lot of people came to that park and identified a lot of rocks and minerals. It's got a great history, and I love taking kids there. We would go with our hammers and goggles and all that stuff. Just really psyched everyone up. Yeah, me too.
So you are calling it quits. What kind of made you decide after a long but also very good career that it was time?
Well, first of all, 8 years ago, I was in a car crash, and I didn't know if I was going to come back then. And I was out of work for 2 years and 3 months, and it was kind of iffy if I was going to come back at all. And I tried to come back. That was one of my goals. And I remember saying to my wife, I don't know if I can make it. We're going to give it a shot. And she said, give it a shot. If you can't do it, we'll go back on a disability. But fortunately, I was able to do it. And I was able to do a lot of the stuff that I did before. Amazingly, I took the kids to Old Mine Park. I did the Star Lab planetarium, which I didn't get to do this year. Why am I changing direction here? Is one, I have other interests, but I'm also tired. It's hard to come to school day in and day out with the responsibilities, dealing with the limitations I have in pain and things. But the other things that also kind of came together was I really couldn't use the Star Lab anymore. It was breaking down, and it was hard for me even to set it up. I had help. And then Old Mine Park in Trumbull told us last year we can't go anymore. And it's like, these are kind of signs saying, I think it's time to stop. There's nothing, I can't do the things that I love. And I was getting physically tired. I do need to come back and do something, but I won't have the full responsibility of teaching in the classroom. I'll miss a lot of it. And then some of it will be kind of a nice break. I do writing, I paint, so I do other things as well.
Adding on to what you said, you're not just calling it quits officially for your life. You still got a painting website. You still got 2 books. What was it? Careless Driving.
It was Distracted Driving Crosses the Line. And the other one is Reclaiming Your Spiritual Inheritance, Exploring Connecticut's Revival History. It's a long one, but it's very different. It's not about science. It's not about the car crash. It's about other interests that I have. And so I'll be fine once I leave here, but it will be hard to call it quits and not be here. That's for sure.
Yeah, we definitely are going to miss you. But you're going on to bigger things. Mr. Carbone, if you guys do want to say bye to him again, this is his final month as a teacher. So if you want to say goodbye to him, please do. He's an unbelievable teacher. Mr. Carbone, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chase. I really appreciate it. I loved having you in my class, Chase, this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Carbone, for an unbelievable 34-year career and defying the odds to be able to come back to work. Everyone here, especially me, will miss you here at Fairfield Woods Middle School, and I wish you good luck as an author, as a painter, and whatever you end up being in this last chapter of your career. Thanks so much. There are only 2 famous birthdays on May 12th. One of them is Tony Hawk. Tony was a professional skateboarder for 21 years who was most famous for the first documented 900 trick, which he completed in 1999. He is also an entrepreneur. He turns 55 today. The other famous birthday on May 12th is Emilio Estevez. Estevez, turning 61 today, is an actor who has appeared in many famous movies. He got his career started by starring in The Outsiders before a great film with a classic 1980s romantic movie, St. Elmo's Fire. And that set him up with the main role of Gordon Bombay in all 3 Mighty Ducks movies, one of the most popular sports movie series of all time. He also appeared as Bombay in the Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 1 on Disney+, but did not appear for season 2 due to personal reasons. He has also appeared on Mission Impossible and The Breakfast Club. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I know many people are excited since Shrek 5 is coming out in theaters on May 20th. Shrek is one of the most famous animated films of all time, growing nationwide in popularity. Shrek has been a very successful movie series thus far, with Shrek 2 grossing $441 million, and all 4 movies grossing an astounding total of $1.2 billion. Get excited, folks, because Shrek is coming back. A movie that has been getting a ton of hype is Fast and Furious 10, otherwise known as Fast X. Starring Vin Diesel and Jason Momoa, who is known for his portrayal of Aquaman, the movie is a continuation of one of the longest-lasting movie series of all time. That comes out May 19th in theaters. For some NFL news, the schedule for the 2023 NFL season beginning in September came out last night, and many things stand out. For the first time, every single game is a free agent, as NBC no longer owns Sunday Night Football, Amazon Prime no longer owns Thursday Night Football, etc., unless they renew their contracts for the whole season. But any TV company can step in and steal it on a week-to-week basis with a higher offer than NBC for Sunday Night Football, as an example. There will also be NFL games on Black Friday, and not every team is guaranteed a primetime game this NFL season for the first time ever. Sorry, Cardinals. Now for our gaming news. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom comes out for Nintendo Switch today. Tears of the Kingdom is the sequel of the hit game from 2017, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was released on March 3rd, 2017, and has made about $1.2 billion. They've also sold 29 million copies since then. The game is the best-selling Legend of Zelda game in the franchise's history. Amnesia: The Bunker comes out on May 16th for Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And last but not least, LEGO 2K Drive comes out on May 19th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. We hope you guys enjoyed the 11th ever edition of WWMS, our live school morning announcements every Friday here on the Fanwoods YouTube channel. We hope you guys got some enjoyment about a variety of topics. Shout out to YouTube channels Mr. Trevin Gamer, Mr. TC Gamer, and Sports for Kids. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. Enjoy Mother's Day. Thanks to a great behind-the-scenes crew of Parts Sean, Noah Weiner, and Alexander Majeski. Signing off here from Fairfield Woods Middle School, I am Chase Coburn, and we'll see you next Friday.